Hey, what's up everybody? My name is Brad and welcome back to the channel, or if you're new here, welcome to the channel for the very first time. Appreciate you stopping by and hanging out while I chat about some books. So last year I did a video called The Year of McCammon, the year of trying to read as many Robert McCammon books as I could. I thought that was a cool idea to try to focus on an author through the year. I only got 3 of his books read last year, which is not as many as I would like, but 3 more than I had read before. Last year I read Swan Song, Gone South, and Mine by Robert McCammon. And Swan Song was 1,000 pages, so a pretty good chunker. So I thought that'd be a fun idea to do again this year. Pick another author whose books I have a decent amount of and try to focus and read as many of those as I can throughout the year. And for this year I picked Michael Crichton. So his book, Jurassic Park, was the Spinebreakers Book Club pick for the first quarter of this year, January, February, and March. Which I finished reading already. So I've got one under my belt. And since I read that one and I have a few of his books, I thought it would be fun to try to focus and read some Michael Crichton as much as I can for this year in 2025. So I have read Jurassic Park, read that, finished that just the other day. I have read The Lost World. It's been many, many years since I've read that one. I do have the standalone over here. It's been many years since I read this one, so I'm going to reread this one this year, I think, after reading Jurassic Park. I'm going to give some time after Jurassic Park and then dive into The Lost World. So I'm going to reread this one. And then previously, I have read from him. So I've read those 2 now. I also read his book, Dragon Teeth, which could be like a pseudo prequel to Jurassic Park in a way. It's about paleontologists and dinosaurs. I also read Sphere. And then I have also read, a long, long time ago, I read Pirate Latitudes, which I think this came out right around, like right after his death, I think this novel was released. So I've read these before, and what I have read from Crichton, I've really enjoyed everything. So I think I would be a lot of fun to try to read some more of his books. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more of his books that I have not read yet. That I'm going to try to attempt to read as many as I can this year, in The Lost World as well. So 6, that'll be a reread, but 6 books of his I'm going to try to read this year. So first up, like I said, was Lost World. This is a sequel to Jurassic Park. And the way the Jurassic Park book ended, I'm really curious to see what's going to happen here, because some of the characters in that book died that didn't in the movie. So this has got to be quite different than what the movie was. So because I don't remember anything from when I read it the first time. So I'm interested to go back and reread The Lost World and see what actually happens there, because it's got to be quite different than the movie based on the events of Jurassic Park of the book. And then the other books I have from him, most of them are paperback. I've got one hardcover. This is Timeline, and I was kind of reading through the synopsi, I don't know, today, and this one looks like it is kind of a time travel book. Looks like halfway around the world, archaeologists make a shocking discovery at a medieval site. Suddenly, they're swept off to a headquarters of a secretive multinational corporation that developed an astounding technology. It goes on, says that they're going to be fighting for their survival 600 years ago. So I'm assuming they're going back into like medieval times with knights and stuff based on the cover. And a lot of Crichton's books have some science in them somehow. So this one, time travel, sciencey. Jurassic Park and Lost World, biotech, bringing dinosaurs back to life. Sphere was like was it outer space or under the ocean? I can't remember. I think it was, under the ocean. They found like what they thought was like an alien ship. So a lot of his stuff kind of has science roots to it. This one seems like it as well. So Timeline by Crichton, a time travel book, maybe back to medieval times. Sounds pretty cool. I've also got Eaters of the Dead, and this one is kind of historical. It takes place in AD 922, so 922. An Arab courtier, representative of the powerful Caliph of Baghdad, encounters a Viking party. So he's encountered Vikings, and he kind of, I don't know if he's captured and goes with them or travels under his own free will with them, but he kind of finds out that there's like this monstrous plague or this monstrous beast that's terrorizing them and just devouring their flesh and stuff is what it says. A monstrosity that emerges under the cover of night to slaughter the Vikings and devour their flesh. So maybe kind of like a horror-ish book from Crichton. Sounds cool. And this one's pretty short. It's under 300 pages. I thought Vikings are cool, and if there's some kind of flesh-eating monster in there, sign me up for that one. This might be the one I start with first. You'll have to let me know in the comments if you're familiar with Crichton's work. Out of these books I'm talking about, which one should I read first? But I think it might be this one. This one is The Great Train Robbery. It looks like it takes place in Victorian London, which is a cool time period. And there's this kind of rich guy, and he's planning a train robbery, and I don't think anyone's suspecting him because he's already kind of rich and handsome and good looking and everything. A gentleman, if you will. But he's engineering kind of the world's greatest heist at that time, stealing gold off of this train. That one sounds cool. Train robbery always sounds fun. The Great Train Robbery. And then I've got Prey by Crichton. They're all by Crichton. I need to quit saying his name. Sorry, I'm very repetitive. But this one is Prey. This one is about a bunch of micro robots. So like nano robots. Imagine little tiny drones is what I'm picturing. But they all swarm together in this kind of cloud, this swarm. Each one is individual and has its own, thinking and stuff. And it's intelligent, and it's been programmed to swarm as a predator. So I'm assuming it's seeking out and killing people. It's evolving swiftly, becoming more deadly with each passing hour. Every attempt to destroy it has failed, and we are the prey. So that would be terrifying if there was a swarm of kind of nano robots, super small, but they're in this giant swarm and they're just out there to kill everybody. That would be horrible and terrifying. So this one sounds fun. And then the last one, this is the one I didn't take a glance at the synopsis, so I don't know what it's about. So we'll figure it out together. This one is, I guess it's just called Next. It's got the monkey on there. Let's see. Is the loved one missing some body parts? Are blondes becoming extinct? Is everyone at your dinner table of the same species? Humans and chimpanzees differ in only 400 genes. Is that why a chimp fetus resembles a human being? And should that worry us? There's a new genetic cure for drug addiction. Is it worse than the disease? So I'm guessing that this has to do with genetics and maybe something to do with the monkeys and maybe mixing and matching parts or growing parts from monkey fetuses to be used as clones. Talking about missing body parts and stuff. I don't know, but yeah, it looks like it's all about genes and what's going on there, chromosomes and whatnot. Next blends the fact and fiction into a breathless tale of a new world where nothing is what it seems and a set of new possibilities can open at every turn. Yeah, so it's cool. Kind of along the same lines of Jurassic Park, it seems. That one was about dinosaurs. Maybe this one's about integrating humans and monkeys and chimpanzees in some way, shape, or form. I don't know, but this one is Next by Michael Crichton. And those are all the ones that I have that I would like to read from him. I do still really want to read Congo. I remember seeing that movie way back in the day. But if I come across a copy of Congo this year, I'll probably pick it up and add it to this list. And probably anything else I pick up from Crichton if I'm able to find anything out in the wild. Oh, that's it. Those are the books I want to read from Michael Crichton this year. The year of Michael Crichton, or the year of Crichton, like I did last year, was the year of McCammon. Again, if you've read any of these, let me know what you thought about them down in the comments below. And if you have read these, if you really enjoyed one, tell me which one I should maybe read first out of all these. Right now, I think I'm going with The Great Train Robbery, but I could be persuaded to start elsewhere if your argument is good enough. Well, that's it. That's all I have for you guys today. So appreciate you hanging out and spending your time with me. Again, my name is Brad, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.